Welcome students. Today's our topic is business intelligent intelligent storage system. In this intelligent storage system, the business critical you can say the applications requires the high level of performance, availability, and security as well as the scalability. And a disk drive is a core component of the storage. Okay, and the performance of any storage systems. So the disk array technologies could not overcome the performance constraint due to the limitation of the disk drive and their mechanical components. So RAID technology made an important contribution to enhance the storage performance and availability. But the disk drives, even with the RAID implementation, could not meet the performance requirement of the today's application. So with the advancement in the technology, the storage solution, which is known as the intelligent storage system, has uh, evolved. So this intelligent system storage systems are featured with the RAID array and that provide the highly optimized input output processing capabilities, and these storage systems are configured with a large amount of memory that is called the cache, and the multiple IO path, and the use of sophisticated algorithm to meet the requirement of the performance. Uh, Now these array have an operating environment that intelligently and optimally handles the management, allocation and utilization of storage resources. Uh, Now the what are the various components of an intelligent storage system? So the components are the front end, cache, back end, and physical disk. So an intelligent storage systems consisting of these four key components. Okay. Now see, this is the example, or this is the diagram for the components and their interconnections. So in an IO request receives from the host at the front end of the processing through the cache and backend, which is enabling the storage and retrieval of the data from the physical disk. So a read request that can be serviced directly from cache, and if requested data is found in the cache, so in this intelligent storage system, the front end, cache and backend are typically integrated on a single board, and that is called as storage processing or storage controller. Now the front end, this is the front end. So what is front end? The front end, which is provide the interface between the storage system and the host. So it consists of two components. First is front end port and another is front end controller. So the front end has redundant controller for high availability, and each controller contains the multiple port. So that enabling the large number of the hosts to connect to the intelligent storage system. And the another is the front end controller, and that has the processing logic and that execute and the appropriate transport protocol such as fiber channel, ISCSI, FICON or FCOE for the storage connections. So front end controller route the data to and fro cache via the internal data bus. So when the cache receives the right data, the controller sends the acknowledgement message back to the host. Now come on the cache. Cache is a semiconductor memory, okay, and it is placed temporarily to reduce the time required to service IO request from the host. So cache is improving, or it improves the storage system performance by isolating the host from the you can say the mechanical delay associated with the routing disk and the hard disk, or that is HDD. Now, this rotating disk are the slowest component of the intelligent storage system, and data access of uh, on this rotating disk is usually take the several milliseconds because of the seek time and you can say the rotational latency. So accessing data from cache is fast and typically take less than a millisecond. So on the intelligent array, write the data first place in the cache and then return to the disk. So this is this one. Now the cache management. Cache management is a finite and you can say the expensive resources that need the proper management because of this fulfilling the gap of the speed. Okay, so even though the modern intelligent system or in the intelligent systems that come with a large amount of the cache, so when all cache pages are filled and some pages have to be freed up to the accommodate the new data and avoid the performance degradation. So various cache management algorithms are implemented in the ISS, that is intelligent storage system, through you can say actively maintaining a set of free pages and list of pages that can be potentially you can say the freedom as and when required. So the most commonly used algorithm are LRU, that is the you can say the least recently used, MRU, that is most recently used, ideal flushing, high watermark flushing. So these are some you can say uh, commonly used algorithm. So this first of all we discuss the LRU. LRU is an algorithm that continuously monitor the data access in the cache and identify the cache pages that have not been accessed for a long time. So LRU is either free up these pages or that markup for the reuse. So this algorithm is based on the assumption that data that have not been accessed for a while will not be requested by the host. So however, if a page contain write data that has not yet been committed to the disk, so the data is first written to the disk before page is reused. The next one is the most recently used, that is MRU, and this algorithm is the opposite of LRU, means where the pages have been accessed most recently are free up and marked for reuse, and this algorithm based on the assumption that the recently accessed data may not be required for a while. So as cache file, the storage system must take the action to flush the dirty pages. Dirty pages means that the data return into the cache but not return onto the disk. Okay, so that type of the pages are called the dirty pages. So to manage the space availability, so in this case the flushing is the process, and the for the flushing this is the flushing. So flushing is the process that commits the data from cache to the disk. Okay, so this is so on the basis of the IO access rate and patterns, the high and low levels, that is called the watermark, are set in cache to manage the flushing process. So first one, high watermark, that is HWM. Okay, this is the cache utilization level at which the storage system starts the high speed flushing of the cache data. And low watermark is the point at which the storage system stops flushing data to the disk. The cache utilization level drives the mode of flushing which is used. These are the showing here the types of flushing, that is the idle flushing, high watermark flushing, or forced flushing. So idle flushing, which is occurred continuously at the modest rate because of the storage, because of when the cache utilization level is between the high and low watermark. That's why it's a idle flushing. Another one is high watermark flushing. High watermark flushing is activated when the cache utilization hits a high level, or you can say a high watermark. So the storage system dedicated some additional resources for flushing. So this type of flushing has some impact on the IO processing. Another is forced flushing. This forced flushing is occur the event of large IO burst when the cache reaches the 100% of its capacity, with the significantly affect the IO response time. In forced flushing, the system flushes the cache on priority by allocating the more resources. Now the backend and provide an interface between the cache and the physical disk. So if consist of two components, the backend port and backend controller. So backend controller data transfer between the cache and the physical disk. So from the cache data is sent back to the and then routed to the destination disk. So physical disks are connected to port on the backend. Now the backend controller communicate with the disk when performing read and write, and also provide the additional but limited temporary data storage. So the algorithm is implemented on the backend controller that provides the error detection and correction along with the read functionality. And the last one is the physical disk. So these are the components. So physical disk are connected to the backend storage controller and providing the persistent data storage. So modern the intelligent storage system that provide the support to the variety of disk drive with the different seats and with the different speeds and type. जैसे for example FC, SATA, SAS and flash drives. So these also support the use of mix of flashes, FC or the SATA within the same array. So this is all about this intelligent storage system. Thank you to all of you.